Hi, it's Bang from HnO Paris, France. I hope you're well, and today I want to talk to you about a project I did in France. I call it Self Love, Education of Self Love, because I observe that a lot of people dislike themselves and go to personal growth to understand what they are and to be more lovable with themselves. But it's something sometimes little bit hard because of our education or our culture. We used to be very hard with ourselves, and I think it's one of the main pain in our own world, in modern world, because a lot of people are with other, and we are very connected, and we have some Facebook and other social network, but we can feel very alone in all this world. And all the ancient civilization and psychology, actual psychology, explain that we need to go back inside ourselves and be in the better way of thinking with ourselves, to be in better way with other people. But a lot of people don't know they can love themselves. And when I explain to some of my partner, okay, but how do you do to love yourself? What will you do to show you love of yourself? A lot of people say, yeah, I understand in my mind, with my brain, that I need to love me more, but my emotion and my body are not agreed with that. And for me, it's very hard to listen people to say, oh, I dislike me, I'm bad guy, I'm like shit, I'm nothing, I hate me. And we always have the idea that it's possible to love themselves, but we don't know how. If nobody educate us to love who we are, it's like a white paper. We have nothing on it, and we don't know what to do. This project is an idea to help people to create some question, and perhaps to give them some idea to love themselves a little more, and perhaps one day they will love plenty themselves, and be happy with what they are, what they feel, and their own life. But first at all, and this morning I talked about that in the French video, we need to know what is love for us. And my idea this morning was, we need to define what is love. And I don't want an encyclopedia definition, but everybody have his own idea about love. And a lot of people say, I trust love. I trust love from other people. I trust love inside myself. And when I ask them, okay, but can you define me what is love? They always give me a process. Love is when somebody tell me good thing, or when somebody is close to me, or when somebody take care of me, or when I can take care of myself, or it could be like respect. That's cool, but it's only process. It's not the definition of the word love. And I'm not sure I'm the right definition, and you are not the right definition too. It's only your own definition, and it's for you. It's a good definition, it's good, but I think it must be very precise about what is love, what is the state of love, the state, not the process. How to have love, or how to have some stroke from other people, or from themselves, okay, it's a process. But the state, is it for you mental state? Is it for you emotional state? Is it for you body state? What is love for you? Perhaps the three one. I don't know how you define that. And there are no good or bad love. Only which love do you have for you? this morning I explained that yesterday I talked to one of my patients, and my patient explained to me, okay, for me, violence is a proof of love. So when we talked about that, it was very interesting to understand for her the love could be very violent. And I think if we take time to define what is love for us, we will understand a lot of patterns we make and create sometimes bad situation or bad meeting with people, because we will be real about what we church. So when we church something but we can't define what it is, it's like to church a treasure but what know how this treasure look like. You have the map and you say, okay, the treasure is there, and perhaps every day you go in the cavern and the cave, and you are near this treasure but you don't know how it look like. So it's the same thing. Perhaps every day in your life you are close to love. Perhaps you are every day in your life close to your own love, but you didn't care about that because you never take time to understand what is love for you, and you can't define it. If you have no the idea, the image, the picture, the word, the feeling of what is love for you, how can you find it in yourself, and how do you can give it to someone, and how do you be sure that people love you? Because they love with the way they can love and what they define about love, but a lot of time they don't know what is love for you. And if we can't define what is love, we church something all the time in all your life but without any connection about what is it for us. So just take time today, if you want to define what is love, and not love like a process but love like a state. What is love for me? What it's explained to me, and how can I feel it, see it, think it, be it in my everyday life. And you will understand that perhaps it's more tricky that it's look like, because a lot of time we will have some process and say, oh, love is when we blah blah blah, and I don't care about that. The more important thing is what is it for you, and is to be. It's interesting. It's not to do or to have. It's to be love, to be a state, not a movement, not to do, not to have. And it will be an interesting way of thinking and interesting reflection. And when you will define this morning, some people say, for me it's only the real love is listen. Okay, so the true listen. Okay, so when someone love me, he listen, and when I love me, it's when I can listen myself. It's interesting. So I ask them, okay, so when someone, and when you listen, when you are the true listen, at this moment you are in love for you. Yes, it's love for me. It's interesting. It's so after that we can work with this aspect of life. And for me, it's the idea that you can work to really define what is love for you, to work about education of self-love. And you will see it's a very interesting way, and it could be a very long way, but so cool to give us good feeling and good understanding about ourselves. So if you have some question, just let me know. And like every day, just test and conclude what is good for you. Take care of you, everyone.